Hello, everyone. It is time to talk about one of my absolute favorite shows out there right now, Sex Education on Netflix. This right here is going to be my season 3 review of the show, but for all of you who are not caught up, let me give you a brief explanation and try to convey how important it is for you to get on watching this show. As the title of it suggests, it's a school set series where the ensemble of characters is exploring and learning about sex, but they're also facing just a slew of other coming-of-age challenges, and it tackles all of it especially well. Clearly, I love Sex Education, and I do find it really powerful watching it now as an adult, but it really is the kind of show that I wish I had growing up. I was really impressed by how much the first 2 seasons of the series managed to cover. This is a real big ensemble here, and somehow at the end of even just that first 8-episode run in season 1, it already felt like the whole group was made up of strong characters learning meaningful lessons. And then in season 2, they all continued to grow and they continued to make their way towards who they want to become. And now the same is basically true of season 3, but perhaps even more so than seasons 1 and 2. I feel like the events this time around bring so many of the characters a significant step closer to adulthood and understanding the responsibilities and the realities that come with it. Again, this is a very big ensemble here, and there are so many different things going on. But one especially powerful theme that I think a lot of them share this season is the importance of figuring out when to prioritize one's own feelings and needs over another's, even if in the moment someone's feelings might get hurt. In particular, I was really taken by how the show explores Aimee's tendencies to be a people pleaser, and it might stem from the fact that I think I suffer from that a little bit myself. Where do you draw the line between telling someone you care about something that they want to hear to make them feel better versus telling them something that you think they need to hear, even though it might be tough to swallow? And also with that, I just have to point out, Aimee Lou Wood is a scene stealer yet again. She is incredible. Moving on though, admittedly, it's kind of tough to talk about this material without delving into specifics, but treading lightly and keeping this totally spoiler-free. Season 3 also takes a number of characters in the show a major step forward in terms of finding their true selves and/or purposes. And this might get a little bit of an eye roll because some of you know Asa Butterfield did audition for Spider-Man at one point, but Otis is basically struggling with the idea that with great power comes great responsibility. Yeah, he was very rattled by what happened in season 2, but there are people in his life that need him, and he really can make a difference if he could just, to be frank about it, get his shit together and also grow up a little in the process. And then, there's poor Maeve, who's basically been forced to grow up way too fast because she's mostly been on her own, and it doesn't get much easier in that sense, especially at the beginning of this season. In a way, Maeve needs to head in the opposite direction of Otis, let her guard down and trust those around her who want to help, which, it sounds simple, but when you've got people in your life that keep disappointing you, it's very understandable why Maeve keeps pushing those other individuals who want to help away. Just to name drop a few others quickly here, Lily goes through something this season that tore my heart to pieces. I loved the new addition of Dua Saleh as Cal. Then Eric figuring out what he wants in a relationship. That element of season 3 is, it's especially impressive because for a chunk of his journey, while I did find myself actually rooting against certain decisions that he makes, the show still manages to justify them in a way that encourages the pursuit of self and recognizing that certain feelings in that pursuit, even ones that may be a little scary, they can be okay. And that brings me to, I guess I would call them my MVPs for season 2. It's Adam and Michael Groff. One of my personal worst nightmares is not having my work. I know this way of life isn't for everyone out there, but I do live to work, and I'm very proud of the fact that my work makes up a pretty significant part of who I am. But that also makes me extremely terrified of losing it. So as someone who is prone to those feelings, watching Michael Groff have no purpose was just utterly crushing. And then I really appreciated the pace at which the show has him take steps forward, backwards, and sideways to find one again. And with Adam, I think he might have gone through one of the biggest transformations of the entire sex education ensemble. I was actually just rewatching some of season 1, and the fact that this show gets him from where he started to where he finds himself at the end of season 3 is just, it is really something else. I found his material, especially the stuff that happens at the very, very end of the season, just especially inspiring. And then, of course, I have to discuss the foil of the new season. It's Jemima Kirke as the new head teacher. She is essentially the antithesis of what this show strives for, encouraging acceptance and also celebrating individuality. I do think that the show conveys the motivations behind her actions pretty well for the most part, but those actions do become fairly extreme towards the end of the season, with her doing things that made me think, I can't imagine any teacher coming close to getting away with that. And, you know, admittedly, perhaps it's because I've been lucky enough not to encounter situations like that. Maybe things like that really do happen, which would be terrible. But as it played for me in the context of the show, her actions did read as a little bit over the top at the end. But even if they are overly extreme, her actions do contribute significantly to bolstering the members of the ensemble's growth as individuals and also as a community. It is highly effective in season 3, and I think their response to her choices is going to serve the show quite well going forward. Let's score this season now. I am giving Sex Education, season 3, 4.5 Deweys out of 5 on the Dewey Decimovie scale. Even after seeing Sex Education do this for 2 seasons now, I am still so blown away by how it can feel like such a sweet, funny, and enjoyable show while also tackling so many tough topics with such poignancy, purpose, and heart. This really has been a very special show since day one, and it continues to be one through the new season. So, clearly I cannot recommend Sex Education enough. If and when you check out the new season, hit the comments section below. Tell me what you think about it. And actually, here's a prompt for you, because I had this change in season 3. Tell me who your favorite character was after season 1, and tell me if it's still the same after the events of season 3. I'm looking forward to hearing what you all have to say about that. Before I let you go, Patreon shout out time. Got a great group right here. These are my top tier members. They are Steven, Luke, Billy, Ian, Kylie, and Evan. All wonderful people right there. I mean that from the bottom of my heart, and I can't say it enough. Also, Evan, I put your shout out on this video for a reason. I know you're a big Sex Education fan as well. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks to everybody out there for watching this review. Stay tuned. Got many more coming your way very, very soon.